of Biotechnica. So if you are going to be a NEET aspirant, I'm going to tell you one thing, the best book to study for your NEET examinations. So many toppers used to follow best books to actually secure top rank in the examination. So let's talk about the best book to refer for your NEET examinations in detail. Hey everybody, this is Caroline Green from Biotechnica. So let's talk about the best book to study for NEET examinations. So we already know there are going to be three sections. One is going to be biology, physics, and chemistry. I'm going to tell you very specifically for all the subjects what's going to be the best book. So first, let's start off with biology. These are some of the important books that you have to have in your hand during your preparation. The first important thing I would suggest is definitely going to be your NCERT 11th and your 12th book in hand, because we know in biology almost 80 to 90% of your question comes from your NCERT book. So NCERT is your important thing that you need to have, whether it is 11th and your 12th book. The next important book I would suggest is definitely going to be MTG Objective NCERT at your fingertips. This is definitely going to make you practice a lot of questions. The second book you have to have is your MTG Objective NCERT at your fingertips. The next book you can go in for Complete AI PMT NEET Guide Biology by MTG Learning Media. The next important book you can go for S.C. Verma Biology book, and the next is Dinesh Objective Biology book and Truman's Biology, and the next one Biology book by Pradeep's Publication and Biology for NEET Volume 1 and Volume 2 by Arihant Publication. So if I have to summarize for biology, I would suggest first study your NCERT 11th and 12th book thoroughly, because you almost get 80 to 90% of your questions from your NCERT only. And to be very specific, read every line in your NCERT, whether it is a summary or a preface or a diagram or the figure, whichever is given, so that your 80 to 90% of your things will be done. The next, you have to go and practice lot of questions in your fingertips, which is MTG Objective, definite book in your hand. Then you can go for this AI PMT NEET Guide. Then if you wish to study something apart from it, then you can go for the S.C. Verma or Dinesh Objective or Truman's book. So these are the some important books that you definitely have to follow for your NEET examination, very specifically for biology, I can say. Okay, so the next important subject is physics. Yes, everybody might be scared of physics if I tell, right? So definitely for physics, you need to have some important books, because we know physics, you need to approach questions in an analytical way. So you need to have your conceptual understanding. For that, there are some important books that you need to have at the time of preparations. The first one is definitely going to be your NCERT 11th and 12th book. This is mainly for examples, we can say, not for many other things. So you can definitely go for your 11th and 12th book. The next one is the most important book, which is Concept of Physics by S.C. Verma, Level 2 difficulty. The next one is going to be Objective Physics by D.C. Pandey, Level 1. And the next important book, this is the most important mandatory book. As I already told you, in case of biology also, you need to have your MTG Objective question book or previous year question paper book. The next is going to be MTG previous year question bank book, which is mandatory for everybody. The next is going to be, if you want to solve problems in general physics, you can go for IE, Irodov, and then you can go for objective physics if you want to practice mechanics and rotational dynamics. And if you want to go for optics, waves, and electromagnetism, then you can go for Fundamentals of Physics by Resnick, Halliday, and Walker. So these are some of the important books that you have to have in your hand for physics. Suppose if I have to tell some of the important books that you need to have is this book, definitely S.C. Verma, D.C. Pandey, and definitely going to be your MTG previous year question paper. So if you don't have rest of the books, at least you have this book, then definitely you can actually do your physics really well. So what about chemistry? Yes, we have done with physics, we have done with biology. What about chemistry? Yes. So chemistry, we already know this chemistry is definitely going to have organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, as well as physical chemistry. So what about this organic chemistry? We already know Organic chemistry is definitely going to have some of the important things. Suppose let's consider naming reaction. So if you want to know the naming reactions, you need to definitely have a good book. So I would suggest NCERT books, very specifically. You can see NCERT textbooks, whether it is class 11 and class 12. And the next book is going to be Organic Chemistry by O.P. Tandon. So first is your NCERT book. The second is going to be O.P. Tandon. The third book is going to be Organic Chemistry by Morrison and Boyd, Reaction Mechanism. This book I would suggest mainly for the chemical reaction or mechanisms. If you want to study, then you can definitely go for this book. So I would suggest NCERT. Then you can definitely go for this book, which is Organic Chemistry by Morrison and Boyd, Reaction. Very specifically for all the naming reaction, you can go for it. Then if you want to solve some problems in organic chemistry, then you can definitely go for Organic Chemistry Objective by Arihant publication. So if I have to summarize, I would suggest NCERT, and then you can go for Reaction Mechanism, Morrison and Boyd book, and then for problem solving, you can definitely go for Arihant book. The next important thing, as we know that it's going to be inorganic chemistry. So we know that inorganic chemistry, if I have to talk about, inorganic chemistry usually have memory based questions. So it's going to be easier when we compare it with all others set of things. When we compare it with organic or physical, inorganic chemistry usually have direct or easier questions. For that, definitely you can go in for NCERT book, very specifically if I have to talk about, or you can go for other books like Inorganic Chemistry by O.P. Tandon. So O.P. Tandon is available in organic, inorganic, as well as in case of physical chemistry. And then you can go for the concise book. This is going to be Concise Inorganic Chemistry for Chemical Bonding, Atomic Structure and Coordination Chemistry. You can go for it. So I would suggest you can go for NCERT book for Inorganic Chemistry as well as O.P. Tandon. What about for physical chemistry? Yes, physical chemistry usually have estimations and computations things. So of course you can go for your NCERT book, then you can go for Physical Chemistry by O.P. Tandon, and then you can go for Physical Chemistry by Bahadur. So these are some of the important books in case of physical chemistry. Suppose if I have to summarize all the things whichever is important in case of chemistry alone, then I would suggest some of the books. Suppose if you're not able to buy all the books, then you can definitely go for NCERT textbook 11th and 12th, and then you can go for Morrison and Boyd, very important book, because if you go for this book, your reaction mechanism, you can understand it clearly. If you want, you can go for it, or you can leave this. These two books are definitely a mandatory book. The next for inorganic chemistry, you can go for your NCERT only. And then you can go for O.P. Tandon. If you don't have this book, then it's fine. For physical chemistry, definitely your NCERT book, and then go for O.P. Tandon book. So if you don't have the rest of the book, it's fine, but these are mandatory books for chemistry. So we have talked about whether it is chemistry or whether it is biology or whether it is physics. But the most important thing for everything I would suggest is whether it is physics or whether it is biology or whether it is chemistry. You need to know all the important books for your examination. If you know the books that you have to study for your examination, definitely you are halfway through of achieving your success. So I believe this video is helpful for all of you who are watching out this video. If you really like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. If you want to know more about NEET and Biotechnica, you can join the Telegram channel, and you can also call the toll-free number, and we are ready to help you at any time. Thank you all of you for joining, and I'm going to meet you back again with yet another video. Thank you all of you.